is Olivia Brennan, and today I will be talking about an event audit report that I created for Taylor Knox and how this information can be applied to the real world with athletes and their NIL deals or for any sponsorship events. First, I want to talk about the 3 key clause analysis and the risks that are associated with those. First up, we have the accessibility clause, which states that an organization who is hosting an event must follow all local and federal regulations. The risk with this is that Summit College has not yet confirmed the ADA accommodations that are needed for this event. Second, we have vendor obligations. This states that an organization who is hosting the event will coordinate with third-party vendors for concessions, merchandise setup, and production support. It also states that the organizer will not be held liable for any vendor delays or cancellations. The risk associated with this analysis is that a concession vendor for the Summit College event has pulled out last minute. The last analysis is the force majeure clause, which states that in the event of cancellation due to unforeseen circumstances, the organizer can reschedule the event without additional compensation or reimbursement. The risk is that severe weather is showing on the forecast, so the event may be canceled. Some risk management strategies for this accessibility clause can be that Summit College will review all ADA guidelines and confirm that the accessibility accommodations are in place, and if they're not, they will be added where they're needed. For vendor obligations, it can be helpful for Summit College to communicate with other possible vendors and find a replacement. They should also include an agreement that states responsibilities and obligations for vendors for this event. For the force majeure clause, Summit College should provide cancellation terms for vendors and agree on a new date for the canceled event, and if Summit College also could contact possible venue locations that they may need to use if the weather does not cooperate and the current event space will not be able to be used. Here is the actual event audit report that I created, and down below in this video I will include a link to that so you'll be able to see this report up close. So how can this information be relevant to the real world? First, it could help an athlete with NIL sponsorship events, and it can help them to understand any issues that may take place in the event and how those can be resolved. It can also help an athlete understand what the force majeure clause is and how it not only applies to canceled events, but how it can apply to other areas of cancellation in a sponsorship agreement. Lastly, it could help an athlete understand agreements between vendors and sponsors and why it is important to create those agreements. For knowledge application, this information can be used for a sport manager when they are hosting any sponsorship events that include vendors and how proper agreements should be in place with those vendors. This information can also help for gaining knowledge and understanding why ADA guidelines and proper accommodations are useful for sponsorship events. I want to thank you all for watching and listening, and I hope you were able to learn some information about possible event risks and strategies on how those can be resolved. Thank you.